Hello and welcome back to Motors for the Masses, and today I've got a video of lots of exciting new bikes that have been unveiled at Eicma 2025. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. Now, yes, I know, unfortunately, I couldn't get to Eicma this year, but I am going to Motorcycle Live, so I'm hoping to see some of these when I get there. But some exciting new models that have been unveiled. Let's have a look at the first one. It's Royal Enfield's Flying Flea S6, the 70-mile-an-hour electric reimagining of the 1940s Army dropped by parachute lightweight crate bike. The C6 urban bike was full of tech, belt-driven, was unveiled last year, but it's due for release in 2026. However, I much prefer the look of this new S6 Scrambler version. That does look pretty cool. Chain-driven bike, upside-down forks, 19-inch front wheel, enduro flat seat, very Scrambler looking. They come with voice assist as well via your phone. Not sure how useful that will be, but anyway. So there's that, the new Flying Flea S6. I really do like the look of that. What else was there? Well, there's lots coming from Norton. They unveiled their Manx RV4 and the Manx Naked version, as well as the Atlas Adventure and the Atlas GT version bikes. The Manx comes with a 1200cc V4 engine, 206 horsepower, 96 pounds-foot of torque, but with 75% of that torque at just 3,000 RPM. Marzocchi electronic front forks, electronic rear suspension, 6 ride modes, Brembo brakes, carbon wheels, Pirelli Diablo tyres, cornering cruise control, traction control, wheelie control, launch control, rear wheel slide control, 8-inch touchscreen dash. Now, Norton have been part of the TVS group for quite a long time now, and these bikes will be built together in conjunction with Bologna, India, and in Birmingham in the UK. They don't mention prices yet, but I'm imagining £20,000 to £30,000, something like that. They're not going to be cheap, are they? But they say they are due in March/April next year. So not that far away at all. The Atlas Adventure bike has a 585cc with a 270-degree crank, parallel twin, as they all do these days. Usual adventure stuff like traction control, ABS, tyre pressure monitors, cruise control, things like that. So the same as a lot of bikes coming out these days have all got that tech on it now. But how much will these be? Again, prices will be revealed not yet. And BMW released their 450 GS. Again, a parallel twin, 420cc, 48 horsepower, 32 pounds-foot of torque, mid-range adventure bike, priced at £7,000. I think that's going to be a good seller. It certainly looks the part. Price is okay. So let's see what this one's like. Obviously, it's going to be up against the likes of CF Moto with their 450 MT and things like that. The Royal Enfield Himalayan, various different bikes that will be coming through in that mid-range capacity adventure bike range. It seems like everyone seems to grab hold of a CC and then they all jump on it. And then there's a new CC that's the favourite. And then they all jump on that. And they all seem to be mostly adventure bikes. I know they're popular, but are they that popular? And do we need that much of a flood of the market? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And Hero were at Eicma as well. Now, as you know, I recently attended the UK launch of the 440 Hunk. Well, now they've unveiled the new one, the 440 SX. That's basically an upgraded version of the Hunk, but this one has a different exhaust. It's got a twin exit style, fly screen, different wheels, longer rear mudguard, different bars and electronic throttle. So it'll be interesting to see what price that one will come through at when it's being released and when it comes to the UK. And they released their new X-Pulse 210, a Dakar-esque style small capacity bike, 25 horsepower, 15 pounds-foot of torque. As well as some other stuff, they've got the trike that they've released, the Next 2 trike, and their Vida Ubex range, the electric stuff. I don't know how interested you are in that. It seems everyone is releasing an electric bike alongside the other ones, so they can tick that box and the government will be, yes, very good, well done, yes, that's lovely, well done, electric bike. Not going to sell very well, though, is it? No, it doesn't matter because we've ticked that box for the government, so we're fine. And BSA have unveiled another new bike, and that is the Thunderbolt, something to rival the Royal Enfield Himalayan, and very similar, in fact it's the same bike, as the Yezdi bike that's built in India for the Indian market. Which means it uses the same 334cc liquid-cooled engine, traction control, ABS, etc, etc. It's a concept at the moment, but I'm sure hopefully it'll go into production. It'd be nice to see if that comes to the UK. Another mid-range capacity, small adventure style Dakar-esque bike to join the crew of all the others that are here now and coming in the future. And then we have CF Moto with their new 1000 MTX adventure bike. Now this has lots of tech on it. 946cc parallel twin, 111 brake horsepower, 77 pounds-foot of torque, and it only weighs 199 kilos dry, so that's say 210, 215 kilos, maybe a little bit more. 21-inch front wheel, 18-inch back wheel, Pirelli rubber, Brembo brakes, KYB suspension, 5 ride modes. So that's something that's going to take the off-road market by storm, I think. And they're bringing out the crafted version of that as well, which is like an MTX 1000 that's got lots of bits stuck to it, so stay tuned for that one as well. But also they had something rather exciting. Now CF Moto have never failed, I think, in the looks department, and this thing looks immense and on paper sounds immense, and that is the 1000 V4 SRRR. Don't know how many R's you need, but there you go, there's 3 of them. 210 horsepower, 200 kilos, Akrapovic titanium exhaust, and that is supposed to be pretty epic. It certainly looks the part and sounds the part, so I don't mean literally sounds, but I mean on paper it sounds pretty epic. So let's see what that's like if it comes to fruition and when it comes to fruition. And they unveiled their concept bike, the 675 NKGP. Again, a naked 675cc triple, but with the GP upgrades it looks to be a pretty nice bike. Now I know there was rumours of the 800 NK with all the trick looking stuff on it, and it didn't quite come out looking like that. So whether this will come as it looks now, I don't know, but concepts rarely do once the Euro 5 plus emission laws and everything get in there. Although apparently Norton did do that with theirs. They had all their hoops to jump through, and they managed to do it with their bike. At what price, we don't know. So it is possible, it just depends at what price point. But they had other stuff coming also. The 125 SCF, the AE8 Max, the AE7, the 800 MTES, and the 1000 MTX crafted, as I said before. So there's lots of bikes coming from CF Moto. When they will actually be released, we don't know, but it's a watch this space scenario. And Suzuki, as well as their recently unveiled and released 8T, they've got this. The new SV7GX 650V twin, 795mm seat height, quick shifter up and down, traction control, cornering ABS. Another common theme of a lot of bikes being released now, they've all got traction control, they've all got cornering ABS, a lot of these sort of high-end ones that are being produced. So another bike to look out for. And Honda have their new one coming out, the V3R 900E compressor. A weird designed V3 engine, 2 cylinders at the front, 1 cylinder at the rear, boosted by a zero lag e-compressor, having allegedly the power of a 1200cc bike. Again, something to look out for. More to come on that in the future, I'm sure. And Morbidelli have unveiled a new bike, the T502XR, which looks similar to the CF Moto MT450, meets 800 MTX, meets Vosges. It has a parallel twin 486cc engine, 47 horsepower, so it's A2 compliant, 33 pounds-foot of torque, electric throttle, slipper clutch, etc. The same usual stuff that most of them are coming with. Heated grips, navigation, etc. Things like that. Now, Morbidelli being part of the Keyway group, I think are quite Benelli-esque. They seem to be quite similar in the bikes they bring out. But that's another one to watch out for. And also the 652V, the smaller version of the C1002V that I reviewed a long time ago now. That's a 650cc V-twin, 55 brake horsepower, 46 pounds-foot of torque, balanced shaft. I wonder if they would do an A2 kit for that too. It's got a low seat height, 710 millimeters, weighty at 238 kilos. That's not a light bike, and especially considering it's got an alloy frame as well. You've got 43mm upside down front forks, a 200 back tyre, and a mono shock rather than the twin shocks as often favoured on cruisers. So it's got a hard tail look, but with a soft tail feel. Belt driven, removable passenger seat bracket for that bobber look as well. Traction control, 19-litre fuel tank with a 250-mile range on paper, of course. And the other new unveiling, the electric Hype Scram. Like an electric version of the Hero Hunk meets the BSA Bantam in my eyes. 9 kilowatts, 18 kilowatt peak power, 0 to 30 in apparently 2.9 seconds with a top speed of 65 miles an hour. 1 hour to charge from 20% to 80%. So battery charging is improving, as we all knew it would, as long as you have the fast charger capacity at your house to charge it. And Benelli themselves unveiled 3 new models. The TRK 602X, which will be replacing the 502X. However, it's close to a 550 with a 554cc engine, so it's a bored out 502 engine basically. I've said this before, I don't know why they make things sound bigger than they are. You call it a 602X, you expect it to have a 600cc engine or 598 or something close to that. But you give it a 550cc engine, so it's instantly going to underperform. It's going to be less powerful than you would expect. And I know they can build that up with torque and brake horsepower, and modern engines are better than they used to be. But still, you expect a 600, you get a 550. Just call it the 552. If you want the 2 in there at the end, why call it a 602? It isn't a 600cc engine. It's a 554cc engine. I don't get it. Also, the 902 Stradale, a sports tourer, and the TRK 902 Explorer production bikes. Both have the same frame and a 904cc engine. See, they did it with that one. They also have cruise control, ride-by-wire throttle, quick shifter, 7-inch dash with sat-nav and blind spot detection, tyre pressure monitors, etc. But of course, a different setup. You get a 19-inch front wheel for the Adventure and a 17-inch for the Stradale, both with 17-inch rear wheels, and the Explorer has a 40mm longer fork stem than the Stradale. So another adventure bike coming through, but also a sports tourer. Excellent. Well, unfortunately, there are also a lot of fake videos going around on YouTube at the moment. There was rumours of the Z400 RS and lots of people putting fake Eicma reveal videos. Unfortunately, that one wasn't released. They did release a new ZX10R, but other than that, no 400 RS with the inline 4 at the moment. It's rumoured, but it's not available yet, and they haven't unveiled it yet. There's lots of bikes going around that they say are coming, and they're not. So people need to stop doing these fake videos on YouTube about things. And the AI done as well, so they even with the launch videos, you have a look at some of the launch videos, and they say they unveiled 6 new bikes. And when you look at the video, they unveiled 4 new bikes, and then they photoshopped 2 more in to the main thumbnail. Why do they do that? I don't get it. For clicks, I guess, but hate it. You just click dislike when that happens. But anyway, there you go. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, I'll be at Motorcycle Live next week, so stay tuned for that and we'll see what's there. And that's all I've got for this video. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Click the notification bell for more uploads and I will see you next time. So until then, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye-bye.